Welcome back to Digital Rage. Today we're diving into something that, well, honestly, it's a bit of a silent killer in the B2B world. We're looking at a piece from the team over at BuyerCo titled Slow Websites Killing Manufacturing Leads, Fix with Edge Computing Now. And it's written by Jeff Buyer.
Yeah, and that title, it's not just clickbait. It's actually kind of terrifying if you're a manufacturer. I mean, we always talk about fast websites, but Jeff really puts some numbers behind how much money is being left on the table because a page takes, 4 seconds to load?
Exactly. I mean, get this. Google reports that 53%, over half, of mobile users will just abandon a site if it takes longer than 3 seconds to load. 3 seconds. That's like one deep breath, and you've already lost half your audience.
That's wild. And when you think about the manufacturing space specifically, it's not like people are just casually scrolling through Instagram, right? These are prospects looking for CNC machining services or technical specs. They're probably on a job site or a factory floor with maybe less than ideal Wi-Fi.
Right. They're on the go. And the author points out that this bounce rate, when people leave immediately, is absolutely killing conversions. Jeff mentions a stat from Akamai that even a 1-second delay can cut your conversions by 7%. 7%. That adds up to a lot of lost revenue over a year.
And it's not just the users, right? It's Google too. I noticed the article mentions Core Web Vitals, specifically LCP, which is largest contentful paint. If that's over 2.5 seconds, Google basically just pushes you down the rankings.
Huge problem. If you're trying to rank for a keyword like CNC machining services and your site is sluggish, you're starting to race with a weight tied to your ankle. And manufacturers have it harder because their sites are usually, they're heavy. We're talking massive CAD drawings, 3D files, high-res product photos, long PDFs.
Oh, totally. I've seen those sites. They're often built on WordPress, right? Which, look, we love WordPress for a lot of things, but the author is pretty blunt here about why it struggles in this industry.
Yeah, he really calls out the bloat. You've got these page builders like Elementor, which, don't get me wrong, is easy to use, but it can load 2 megabytes of JavaScript just to show a simple page. Then you add unoptimized images of heavy machinery and shared hosting latency, and you've got a recipe for a slow site.
It's like trying to win a Formula One race in a minivan full of groceries. Not gonna happen. So what's the fix? Jeff talks about this specific tech stack that BuyerCo uses: Next.js, Sanity, and Cloudflare. Can you break that down for the non-coders out there?
Sure. So instead of a traditional site where every time someone clicks a link, the server has to go, wait, let me find that in the database and build the page from scratch, this modern stack uses something called static generation. It's like having the pages already built and sitting on a shelf, ready to go, instantly.
Okay, and then there's the edge part, Cloudflare?
Right. Edge computing. Basically, instead of your website living on one server in a basement in Ohio, it's distributed across a global network. So if a buyer in Germany looks at your site, the data is served from a server in Germany, not Ohio. It's almost instantaneous.
That's actually a great point. It removes that physical distance lag. And I saw the case study in the Post. The California gas analyzer manufacturer, their site load went from 4 seconds down to 0.8. That's literally a blink of an eye.
And the results weren't just techie wins. Their bounce rate dropped from 65% to 20%, and organic leads up 32%, all because they made the site faster and more reliable for those heavy CAD and 3D file uploads.
It's kind of fascinating, actually. We think of marketing as just the words and the ads, but the infrastructure, the actual plumbing of the site, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the sales team.
It really is. If you're a manufacturer and you're wondering why your site isn't performing, you should probably go to Google PageSpeed Insights. If your score is under 70, like Jeff says, it's time for a change.
So, takeaways? Don't ignore the speed, check your WordPress bloat, and maybe look into this headless or edge computing approach if you're dealing with big technical files.
Exactly. And if you're not sure where to start, the team at BuyerCo offers a free digital infrastructure assessment. You can find that at jbuyer.com/contact. It's a good way to see if your site is actually helping you or just quietly scaring away half your leads.
Definitely worth a look. I mean, 32% more leads just by speeding things up? That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer for sure. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for hanging out with us on Digital Rage, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Reach out to us at jbuyer.com for comments and questions. Follow us at Buyer Company on social media, and if you'd be so kind, please rate and review us in your podcast app.